Hey, what's up guys? Good morning, I'm Yalek and we are back on my mini or mid-level Boom Raider account for today's Boom Beach video. Today we're going to go back to the mid-level strategy now that I am starting to be able to do this stuff. I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve, Everspark related in particular. I want to show you as much of this as I possibly can, because this is the level of the game where you should be starting to experiment, not when you get to level 65 as I did on my first account. My first account, I was so focused on building up my base and doing the upgrades and so on that I really never even thought about the strategy, and then finally got to the point where everything was maxed out and then looked around, basically, metaphorically I guess if you want to say, looked around and said, okay, what's left to do now? And that was when I truly came to understand that the game is a strategy game, not a base building game. The base building is sort of peripheral. It is about the strategy. So I showed you this hit. That was a 44. This hit yesterday. I'm going to show you a couple of quick hits. I'm going to show you another 51. This is another WTF layout. This went down the first try, as you can see. And this is very similar to the guy I beat yesterday. Now, again, these guys love their beach. They're defending it, not their HQ. He has his HQ defended with a bunch of one-hitters, and I know that is not beating my critters and Zookas. So, really, I mean, if he had even the machine gun or the mortar over in this area, he'd be a lot better off. I still could probably beat him. I mean, you'll see how easily this goes down, but he at least would have a better shot here. But with these just slow-firing one-hitter defenses, Boom Cannon shoots, once every 3 seconds and only damages a single target at a time. So he just has no chance. And so I know this area is obviously instant death for me because my troops are very low level compared to these defenses. But I'm not interested in this area, and I have smokes. So let's just get past it all. And so I want to get over into this area of the world because that's my happy place with these boom cannons around. And that's also where his HQ happens to be. And if you look at these rocket launchers, I just need, this has a shorter range, and I am limited on my GBE. So I just need to have enough GBE here to get smoked up past this cannon, which is again a one-hitter, so not a problem for me. If I can get past that cannon, you see where the range of the rocket launcher ends. If I can get past that cannon, oh look, he hit 2 blues too. Ha! Useless because of the bad layout. Past that cannon, I am home free. I'm in the clear. So my GBE just needs to be able to get me there. I already popped off one mine over in this area because I'm going to wrap the corner like so, and I'm going to flare up here. My flares don't last very long, so I can't flare any further than that anyway. So I'm going to flare up to here and then flare as soon as I can up into this area, and I will be home free. So without further ado, here is whoever this guy is, hopefully learning a lesson about his beach. You don't need to defend the beach, but you do need to defend your HQ. So, smoking, and again, I'll click on this so you can see where my goal is. I'm trying to stretch them out. You can see that too. So, we've flared up now, and I have just enough GBE to get the girls out of range of that rocket launcher. Luckily, it doesn't fire very quickly. And as soon as possible, you'll see me flare just to be safe. It wasn't even necessary, really, but just to be safe. Flare a little further up into the corner, and now I only have one defense really to be worried about. There's one thing between me and the HQ, and this one can sit back here and pick things off one at a time. It's going to take all day, and this guy doesn't have all day because I've gotten almost all of my Zookas ready to go there. So spamming the critters out there, that is also limiting the ability of the one-hitters because it's distracting. from my troops, and really the thing that matters most is that line of Zukas right there, that arc facing the HQ. It is just a matter of time for him. And down that goes with relative ease. This guy is 14 levels above me. And I even showed off a little bit at the end with some extra GBE. Throwing some artillery at his HQ. But hey, I mean, there's a lesson for him there. And if he's going to take it, great. If he's not going to learn his lesson, then sucks to be him, I guess. I'm going to show you this attack, but I'll put it in 2 times. I didn't like it. I hate this animation. God, it's so annoying. Anyway, I'm going to show you this in 2 times. I didn't like it, but obviously it wasn't successful this time. But I was pretty sure that this guy was beatable. Things that make me think that. He's got all of his mines here, but I can try to avoid them. I don't think that works out for me very well the first time I attack. Flare spot was not great. I think I flared over here first time. And so do end up clipping some of those mines. Yes. And that pulls me on a path that goes a little bit left of where I wanted to be. I wanted to run up the outside. This hacked the boom as a shield. Didn't really get enough separation here. Needed to get that mortar. That mortar is sitting there just pounding my girls. But it was enough. There was enough there that I came back to it. I figured it was worth a second try. I had been saving that guy up. I call it banking, the player bases on my map. I don't just, on my high level account, yeah, I try to clear my map every day. You'll notice I'm letting some of the girls be picked off by the sniper there because it's not going to take enough of them as to make a difference. Flared this direction instead of here, flared over here this time, which gives me the path I want, avoiding all of his mines. And this one gets pretty harem-scarum at the end. It's close. Flare ran out. That is always a problem. Didn't fit under the smoke because that flare ran out. Now I'm trying to use his own defenses as a shield. Unfortunately, my girls were flared to that mortar, or to that machine gun, so now everybody's just standing there. I don't even know how I won this attack, to be honest. This was tight. That rocket launcher, obviously, is my biggest problem in the world right now. Not so much worried about the hot pot because it can't get to the girls, but that rocket launcher back there, as soon as my heavies disappear, my girls are in a world of hurt. I do have the critters up there. That works to my advantage. Now at the end, the rocket launcher, I've got, what, 6 or 7 girls just clumped up there. All the heavies are gone, and they are just vulnerable as they can possibly be. Luckily, the critters just happened to be there and buy me enough time for the girls to work on the HQ, because really that is what this game comes down to. It is about damage. And so that is why I use the loadout that I do, the 2.5 at this level heavy Zuka. Oh, forgot about that. Is that going to get me? No, that's the odd numbered upgrade. Well, as soon as that is done, I should be ready. I have the resources now. I should be ready to get the upgrade to level 10. And then I will have an extra girl out there, which doesn't sound like much, but that's just that much more damage. And wasn't somebody just saying something about the importance of damage? Anyway, so not perfect on that second hit. I could, if I were, I mean, I beat the guy the second time. Not perfect. It could have gone even better. There were some things. I really have to remind myself to watch the smoke duration on this account, because it doesn't last as long as it does at max level. I really have to remind myself to watch the flares. Did well with that in the first attack, where I staggered my flares out because I know they will expire. That second attack that I showed you did not do so well. The flare expired on me, and that could have been disastrous, but in that case it ended up not being. So yeah, You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. I'm only a level 37. This is 2 days in a row now. You've seen me taking down people in the 50s, and that second guy that I showed you today was a 40. I really hope the 58 and 51 that I've taken down these past 2 days try something different, because it should not be possible that a level 37 should be taking them down, but there it is. You came to watch me do it. So, bad base designs equals free resources for me, and that is always a great thing. So, if you, of course, 215. Wow, I don't even know what that area code is. Never mind. Anyway, if you like the video, that aside, drop me a thumbs up or a comment, say hi. I am Yalek, and I hope you have a good day. I'm out.